Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Bellevue. My name is Monica McDowell Elvig. I am your center administrator. I am also your service leader this morning as Reverend Marla is taking a well-deserved Sunday off. We are so glad that everyone is here. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that this is the last service for 2020. We made it through online. Amazing. It has been a significant year for a lot of reasons, and we thank you for your continuing presence and support of Unity of Bellevue. We look forward to new possibilities, new beginnings, and the potential of reopening our building in 2021. I was listening to Deepak Chopra this weekend at a conference, and he was talking about how everybody's online globally, communicating with each other virtually, like we are this morning. And he said what that's doing is it's rewiring the human brain. The global human brain is being rewired. So who knows what new possibilities might come from that? It's exciting to think about. And speaking of new possibilities and new intentions, next Sunday is our annual White Stone ceremony. If you got a holiday toolkit, you got a white stone. If you did not get a holiday toolkit, we still have more white stones available, and I will be unofficially in the office tomorrow if you want to stop by and get one. Otherwise, so just reach out to me if you want to do that, but otherwise you can use any stone for that. That'll be next Sunday, January 3rd with Reverend Marla, so take note of that. Some introductions. Thank you, Susan, for that beautiful, joyful meditation, our meditation facilitator. She's also our prayer chaplain this morning, along with Lynn Zeller. They will be leading the virtual prayer circle following the celebration service this morning. Jean Palmatier, the one and only, will be our board host today, and Dorothy Bostetter is going to share our announcements. Thank you, Dorothy, for doing that. And of course, in the background is Becca Palm getting our wonderful guest artists for us. She also helped put together all of the music videos for our Christmas Eve service. If you did not join us for that, you heard some of the music in our PowerPoint right before the service, but if you did not join us for that, we invite you to go and watch that reflective, beautiful service. It's on our Facebook page, it's on our YouTube channel, and it's on our website. So just enjoy that music and the candle lighting. And thank you, Becca, for that. And Becca has also gotten David Roth today as not just our guest artist, but our guest speaker as well. He was our guest artist a few months ago. We welcome him back with open hearts. He is a singer, a songwriter, a recording artist, a keynote speaker, a workshop leader, and an instructor. He's a traveling global troubadour, and he has won 5 Positive Music Awards and the 2015 Grace Note Award from Unity Worldwide for outstanding contribution to New Thought music. His songs have found their way to Carnegie Hall, the United Nations, the Kennedy Center, and even to Peter, Paul, and Mary. We welcome you back, David Roth. We know that your words and your songs will be a blessing to us. So, what is your first song that you have for us?
Good morning, everybody. I'm on the East Coast these days after all my years in Seattle. So I'm just double checking the clocks, and I'm so glad I got the timing right in the 3-hour time change. So going to start with a song of gratitude, and there's a little part for you to sing at the end, although I'll do most of the heavy lifting. The part at the end that you sing is, I'm grateful now, I'm grateful now, I'm grateful now, I'm grateful now. But let me get going on this. I wonder how many ways can I be grateful? You hearing that guitar? All right. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? Given the chance, I'm gonna tell you how. How many ways can I give thanks for the blessings I have known? I've got a list and I will tell you now. Grateful for each breath awake, Grateful for each step I take. Grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun. Grateful when the day is done. Grateful that I have you in my heart. How many ways can I give thanks for all the gifts I have? Given the chance, I'm gonna shout out loud. Grateful for this universe, for the better and the worse. Grateful that this world keeps spinning round. Grateful for my memories. Grateful for my hopes and dreams. Grateful for these blessings I have found. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now. I am grateful now. This is your part. You sing it over and over again. I'm grateful now. Keep going. I'm grateful now. Keep it going. I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I am grateful. Keep that going now. Be grateful. How many ways? I am grateful now. I am grateful now. I am grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I am grateful now. I hope you figured out what was going on there. I could hear you singing. Thank you.
We are so grateful now. And in this spirit of gratitude, we invoke the divine presence that is always and ever present here with us now. We breathe into our sacred core, breathing in renewed life, renewed love, renewed vision for each of us, for Unity of Bellevue, and for our world, knowing that great possibilities await us in each moment as we awaken more and more to our true selves, and as we help to create a world that works for everyone. We open this service calling every word, every thought, every action sacred, good, and in divine order, bringing us life-affirming good news. We are here to celebrate, to wake up, and to become more of who we already are. We are so grateful, and so it is. As I share this affirmation screen with you, I want you to just take a moment and breathe in the words and the energy of this affirmation as I read it through one time, and then we'll read it through together with conviction. But first, just take that sacred breath, open your hearts, and receive what the Spirit has for you. I am at home in the heart of God, at peace with my world, and open to love. During this harmonious and peaceful season of renewal, I celebrate my connection with everyone and everything, and so it is. Let us read together. I am at home in the heart of God, at peace with my world, and open to love. During this harmonious and peaceful season of renewal, I celebrate my connection with everyone and everything. And so it is.
Are you ready to sing some more? All right. If you happen to be sharing your Zoom room with somebody in person, you could look at them right now and say, I can't wait to hear you sing with David. Could you do that right now? There you go. It's happening. And for the rest of those of us who are by ourselves, there's the beauty and power of that mute button. Don't worry, I'll do the heavy lifting. But there's a lot of parts for you to sing here. It goes like this. I'm looking for more kindness in this world. I'm looking for more kindness in this world. If it's there and I don't see it, I guess I'm gonna get to be it. I'm just looking for more kindness in this world. Ready? Try it with me. Here we go. Kindness. I'm looking for more kindness in this world. Again. I'm looking for more kindness in this world. If it's there and I can't see it, if it's there and I can't see it, I guess I'm gonna get to be it. I'm just looking for more kindness in there. What else? I know. I'm looking for more loving in this world. Here we go. I'm looking for more loving in this world. If it's there and I don't see it, I guess I'm gonna get to be it. I'm just looking for more loving in this world. My turn. Oh, this is what I'm seeing. We're in trouble A to Z, and there's no quick solution anyone is willing to make. Even though it may be glaring, it is time to be more daring, and it's time to be more caring, for goodness sake. I'm looking for compassion in this world. There it is. I'm looking for compassion in this world. If it's there and I don't see it, I guess I'm gonna get to be it. I'm just looking for more compassion in this world. What else? I'm looking for more justice in this world. Oh, I'm looking for more justice in this world. If it's there and I don't see it, I guess I'm gonna get to be it. I'm just looking for more justice in this world. Here's that other part. Oh, this is what I'm seeing. We're in trouble A to Z, and there's no quick solution anyone is willing to make. Even though it may be glaring, it is time to be more daring, and it's time to be more caring, for goodness sake. Goodness sake. I'm looking for more peace in this world. I'm looking for more peace in this world. If it's there and I don't see it, I guess I'm gonna get to be it. I'm just looking for more peace in this world. I'm looking for more loving in this world. I'm looking for compassion in this world. I'm looking for more justice in this world. I am looking for more grace in this world. Kindness. I'm looking for more kindness in this Very nice singing, you guys. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some changes as we get ready to turn into a new year. And boy, I don't mind saying goodbye to 2020, although in spite of all the stuff that is heard on the news every day, there have been so many beautiful things that have happened in 2020 that were unexpected because of new circumstances. Still, it's time for change. So this is the year for making changes. This is the year for moving on. This is the year of overcoming. This is the year for growing strong. And this is the year for a new way of thinking. This is the year for making plans. This is the year for reaching out, and this is the year for joining hands. Gone all the lonely nights of yearning, gone all the dark and cloudy skies, all the unsteady bridges burning, all of the doubt and all the lies. This is the chance to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon the fear. This is the moment, the finest hour. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. This is the year I turn it over. This is the year I look above. This is the year that I take my intention, turn it away from distraction and talk. This is the year I take the step, and this is the year I walk the. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I make it happen. This is the year I follow through. This is the year I move ahead on all of the things I want to do. This is the chance to renew my commitment. This is the time to be conscious and clear. This is the moment for living fully. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year. This is the year. This is the year. You know, I have to admit, I look up at the screen every once in a while when I'm not getting lost in these songs. And when I sing that line, this is the year that I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. Well, I see a lot of people laughing. I see a lot trying to change the ones I love. Whew. So we're going to talk about change this morning. I'm going to certainly sing a lot about it, but change and new ways of thinking. And I've been living on Cape Cod since 2000. Prior to that, my wife and I were living in Seattle. That's where I made connection with you beautiful people in person so many times during the 1990s. It's hard to believe it's 20 years, but I still feel very connected to you, and I love that. A few years ago here on the Cape, I got a phone call at world headquarters of David Roth Music, which is what you're looking at right now. It's the upstairs bedroom in our house in Orleans, Massachusetts. And it was the director of a low-income housing community on Cape Cod who asked me if I would come out and do a songwriting workshop with some teenagers who he had in that community who were at risk. And I said, of course, I'd be happy to, even though, my brain said, teenagers, old folk singer, what a terrible combination. They're not going to be interested in what I have to say or sing. But I went out there and we had a very powerful time, and I got invited back several times to work with different groups of kids. Well, the last time I went was a few years ago on my birthday, which is March 14th. My friend John called and said, hey, Dave, I've got 14 people who'd like to do a songwriting group with you. I said, what's the age range, John? He said, 5 years old to 66. I said, absolutely, no problem. That's kind of a wide age range to do a songwriting workshop in 1 hour and try to come up with a song. But, as I've grown older, I don't know about you, the way I can make changes is by saying yes, even when a no seems more sensible. A yes is more possible for me. So I said, yeah, I'll come out. 5 years old to 66, no problem. So as I'm driving out there, it's about, half hour away from where I live. I thought, what can I possibly do with these people? The other thing that I have gained courage over the years is not being so afraid to be in the present moment. So I knew that I would just show up and what would develop. It was already in motion. And I thought, well, here's what I could do. I could ask everybody what their biggest dream is. and that can apply to anybody of any age. So I would invite you to think about this, now or later. What's your biggest dream right now? And when I got to that community, we had the 16 chairs all lined up in a circle, me and a friend and the 14 other people. And I said, I asked them 4 questions. I said, what's your favorite food? I wanted to engage the younger kids, and they got all over that. And I said, what's your favorite place in the world? What's the thing you like to do more than anything else in the world? And what's your biggest dream? What would you like to bring about for change is your biggest dream? And we went around the room and got 16 answers, which works out very nicely for 4 verses with 4 lines each, if you get my meaning. That's folk music math. And we made this song, but we had to have a chorus, first of all. So I said, when you write a chorus as a songwriter, you want to say the thing that you want repeated over and over again, the thing you want people to take away from your song, like, this is the year, maybe, or what are you looking for in the world, the thing you want people to remember. So what about this dream thing? What's it important for people to have? And I asked the group, and kind of coaxed this out of them. One little child said, well, it's important to have a dream. Yes. And then someone said, I said, how about strength and willingness to go forward? And someone said, yeah, it's important to have courage. Yes. Hope? Yes. Love, of course. And next thing you knew, we had a chorus that goes like this. It's important to have a dream. It's important to have courage and hope. It's important to have love. Now that's my big dream. So we had a chorus, which is almost half of the song, and then we just went around the room and asked everybody to say what their big dream was. Are you ready to sing? Well, here we go. From ages 5 to 66 years old, here's the song we came up with. Let's try with the chorus. It's important to have a dream, courage and hope. It's important to have courage and hope, to have love. It's important to have love. Now that's my big dream. Here we go. My big dream is to visit Ireland. My big dream is to travel with my family. My big dream is to see California. My big dream is to dance. And my big dream is to teach math in college. My big dream is to be an artist. My big dream is to visit the world. My big dream is to fly. Here we go. It's important to have a dream, courage and hope. It's important to have courage and hope, to have love. It's important to have love. Now that's my big dream. The next one was from a 10-year-old who said, my big dream is to be a gamer. I said, what's a gamer? He said, well, it's where you sit in front of a screen and play video games all day. And I said, they pay you for that? And he said, I hope so. My big dream is to be a gamer. Mine is to become successful and powerful. My big dream is to serve and protect. Mine is to be a ballet teacher. Here's the chorus. It's important to have a dream, courage and hope. It's important to have courage and hope, to have love. It's important to have love. Now that's my big dream. And my big dream is to fly like an eagle. My big dream is to sing in front of people. My big dream is to play more songs. Mine, and this is a 15-year-old, the last big dream in our group of 16. 15 years old, she said, mine is to be happy and loved. It's important to have a dream. It's important to have courage and hope. It's important to have love. That's my big dream. That's my big dream. That's my big dream. That's my Oh, we were so proud of ourselves that day, weren't we? In an hour, and then we had pizza and cake. I mean, how you gonna go wrong with that? So now, speaking of changes and dreams, I'm going to sing a song that's based on a true story. And this took place in Africa, so I've transformed my carbon fiber guitar, which incidentally was manufactured in Woodinville, Washington. Yes, right north of Seattle. Interesting that a guitar with no wood whatsoever is made in a town called Woodinville, Washington. So I guess the one I just played was probably made in Carbondale or Graphite City or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But I've transformed this into an African kalimba and kora with a little sound manipulation, like those thumb pianos, and I'm going to sing you the great story of Wangari Maathai, her true story. Talk about change. She's a perfect example of someone who, by taking one simple action, changed not only the village she lived in, not only the country where the village was, not only the continent that held the country, not only the planet that held the continent, but she changed maybe the biggest thing one could possibly ever hope to change in this lifetime, and you know what that is: her own life. 30 years ago, in the country of Kenya, they were cutting down trees till very few remained. The topsoil disappeared, the land became a desert. Life was hard to sustain. The women of the villages would go in search of firewood. Branches were scarce in this ocean of sand. One woman, Wangari, saw this taking place. She said, "We must take care of our land." So she planted a tree and planted another, in hope she might see a little change begin. She also saw before her a giant undertaking, and so she organized her friends. They were part of the movement, recovering their land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They were moving to make their homeland green, women planting trees. With a bag of seeds, she showed her neighbors about planting more trees, an act for which she paid the most small sum, a giant leap, and soon Wangari had organized the women of the Kenya nation. They were part of the movement, recovering their land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They were moving to make their homeland green. Here we go now. Women planting trees. And something else was happening. Empowerment and strength. This was threatening to the men who made the rules. Wangari and her women friends were making real changes, so the policemen came and broke their tools. But they never broke her spirit, even though they tried. They accused her of subversion, they arrested her for crimes she carried on in spite of them, and kept on planting trees, saplings of pride and possibility. They were part of the movement, recovering their land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They were moving to make their homeland green, women planting trees. Little tree planting music. 30 years later, in the country of Kenya, 30 million new trees under African skies. Wangari is the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. She began the movement, recovering her land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. She was moving to make her homeland green, women planting trees. They were part of the movement, recovering the land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They are moving to make their homeland green, women planting trees, women planting trees. I love that story. Isn't that a great story? True story. So let's shift over to another true story, and still kind of in the global realm here. Of course, that was about a woman who made such a powerful effect on her whole country. This took place, this is a song based on a story that took place in Northern California in the late 1980s. And I first heard the story told at an International New Thought Alliance conference back around that time, and immediately thought, oh my goodness, this is the kind of story that I like to make a song out of, so that the story may live on, even if the newspaper gets thrown away. So based on a true story, another one, and we're zooming along here. Everybody hearing everything okay? A little nod of heads up and down. Excellent. The athletes had come from all over the country to run for the gold, for the silver and bronze. Many the weeks and the months of their training, and all coming down to these games. The spectators gathered around the old field for cheering on all these young women and men. And the final event of the day was approaching. Excitement grew high to begin. Blocks were all lined up for those who would use them. The 100-yard dash was the race to be run. There were 9 resolved athletes in back of the starting line, poised for the sound of the gun. And the signal was given, the pistol exploded. So did the runners, all charging ahead. But the smallest among them, he stumbled and staggered, and fell to the asphalt instead. He gave out a cry in frustration and anguish. His dreams and his efforts all dashed in the dirt. But as sure as I'm sitting here telling this story, the same goes for what next occurred. The 8 other runners pulled up on their heels, the ones who had trained for so long to compete. One by one they all turned round and they went back to help him. They brought that young boy to his feet. And all the 9 runners joined hands and continued the 100-yard dash, now reduced to a walk. And a banner above that said Special Olympics could not have been more on the mark. For that's how the race ended, with 9 gold medals. They came to the finish line holding hands still, and a standing ovation and 9 beaming faces said more than these words ever will. That's how the race ended, with 9 gold medals. They came to the finish line holding hands still, and a banner above that said Special Olympics said more than these words ever will. So much more than these words ever will. And look at all the people getting all the headlines and TV and stuff. And then there are these extraordinary, ordinary people doing such extraordinary things. And you might be wondering, you see me switching guitars a few times here. I've got different guitars here. I wanted to make sure that it's been a long time since I saw you that you were aware that I played more than one instrument. So that's, well, what they are is they're in different guitar tunings, and it really helps to have them all kind of set up, as long as I don't change what songs I plan to do, which I do all the time and already have this morning. So I once learned, if you're not living on the edge every now and then, you're taking up too much room. Yes, I did put that in a song too. So as we're kind of winding into last couple of songs here, I want to go from global to personal, because this month, December, in fact, December 21st, a few short days ago, which was the winter solstice, was the 15th anniversary of the day I had my thyroid removed. I had thyroid cancer, and 15 years ago on the winter solstice, in 2005, I had a surgery. It's the first cancer surgery I'd ever had, and the last one too. And of all places for a singer, right? Of all places for a surgeon to be coming, with a really sharp surgical implement. So in the pre-operative meetings, many times I spoke to my surgeon, Dr. Gregory Randall. I said, Doc, I'm a singer. He says, yes, I know. And later on, Doc, I'm a singer. He said, yes. And he said, David, I will take every bit as good care as I would any patient who's on my table. So don't you worry. I will do the best that I possibly can. And that's all you could ask anybody to do. That gave me great comfort. And then when I learned that my schedule, the surgery was actually postponed till the winter solstice. And when I saw that it was falling on that day, I Googled winter solstice, and the first definition that came up was the day more light comes into the world. I was pretty nervous up to that point, but once I read that, I said, yes. So how can I make best use of this moment in that surgical room? Well, I figured something out. And after this whole thing, wrote a song I had never planned to write. Get this right. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous when the doctor said I'd need to have it out. He said that it was common not to worry, but that's easier said than done without a doubt. So I nodded while I sat there in denial, and I pondered all the outcomes as he spoke. Oh, I could batten down my hatches of resistance, or I could use this opportunity to grow from things that do not serve me, things that I don't need, things that I am done with and no longer choose to feed. When I'm on the other side, I'll know that letting go of all the things I didn't need will help me getting whole. There were failures and frustrations that I swallowed, disappointments and distresses that I held. But the thought of letting all that anger surface didn't seem like it was worth the way it felt. Now it feels like something deep inside my psyche has erupted and imploded in my throat. The construction crew is setting up their pylons, where the pavement's finally cracking from the load of things that do not serve me, things that I don't need, things that I am done with and no longer choose to feed. When I'm on the other side, I'll know that letting go of all the things I didn't need will help me getting whole. Did I make the perfect choices? Did I do the best I could? Does holding in contribute to my very highest good? I release the mighty octopus that smothers and defends. I embrace the golden foamy sea that purifies and cleanses. So they took that little object from my body. They removed that thing that raised up all those flags. But they also got a whole lot more than tissue, because I packed it full of other things I had. Things that do not serve me, things that I don't need, things that I am done with and no longer choose to feed. When I'm on the other side, I'll know that letting go of all the things I didn't need will help me getting whole. "15 years later, smooth sailing. I don't even go see the endocrinologist anymore because I had some clean readings there, and I know we all got different spacesuits, and a challenging, complicated mechanism, in fact, it is. But that was a good outcome for me, and I'm not one of those kind of I'm not one of those kind of people who thinks that thoughts and prayers don't go hand in hand with something else. I believe in thoughts and I believe in prayers, but I think there's a third component to this trinity of affecting change, which I'm ready for, and that is action. So if I see something on social media or whatever that says sending thoughts and prayers, the first thing I'm more inclined to do, without even saying those things, is there something I could do for you? Something I could do for you. And I made a little 8-line couplet leading into this last song, which is a call and response song, which means I sing, you can sing back to me. And I thank Becca and all the powers that be at Unity of Bellevue for this gracious invitation as we head into new beginnings in a new year. When someone says they're sending thoughts and prayers, the intention and the notion's understood. The power of a thought and of a prayer is something in itself, all well and good. But I believe there's one more part to bring, and just as meaningful a thing to say. Is there a way that I can take some sort of action? Is there something I can do for you today? Are you ready for change? I'm ready for change, ready for change. I'm ready to move. There's no more to gain, there's too much to lose. I'm ready to go, to get back on track. It's time to move on, time to move on. And there's no turning back, no turning back. It's my sacred job to strike some kind of chord, to challenge and help, not dismiss or ignore. Everyone gets a chance with nothing to prove. And when I do my part, then the mountain will move. I'm ready to roll up my sleeves with passion and purpose, and we can achieve the high promise of truth and the fight for what's fair, to see that all people get their fair share. So I'm ready for change. I'm ready to go. It's long overdue, and a debt that we owe. Everyone gets a chance with nothing to prove. And when I do my part, then the mountain will move. When I do my part, then the mountain will move. I'm ready for change. Oh, am I ever. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jean Palmatier, and I am very honored to be your board host today. And David, that was a wonderful message. I just love messages through music, and just phenomenal. Thank you so much. As Monica said, this is the last Sunday of 2020, and this is the time of the service where we affirm our abundance. In this liminal space between 2020 ending and 2021 beginning, I'd like to take this time and reflect just a little bit. 2020, we had to find new ways of connecting, of loving each other without hugs, of truly being in consciousness without physical touch. But there's been a lot of things to celebrate this year. There's been community awareness increased around the world. I don't know about you guys, but I've never thanked service workers as much as this year. There's been increased ability to use technology, to be more global, to be one world, one. Many reports of paying it forward, lots of situations of kindness. As we move into 2021, I'd like to invite all of you to join me in collectively affirming the continuation of this positive consciousness shift. For me, on a personal level, I'll also be affirming the light inside, the visual image on Christmas Eve of all of our candles on the computer screen. And I'd also like to share with you today that I pulled up Bing.com, and there's a beautiful picture of a Japanese garden light show that visually speaks to turning darkness into light. This year has taught me like no other that I have a choice. I can focus on the darkness or I can be the light. Before we move into the offering blessing, I want to take a moment and say on a deeply personal level how very grateful I am for all of you, for being a board of trustee, and also to thank the board members who have worked very, very hard this year to keep high consciousness for our center. And it's been an honor to serve with each and every one of them. I'd also like to thank all of you who've made a monetary pledge to Unity of Bellevue and for affirming abundance for Unity of Bellevue. One last thing before we move into the affirmation or the blessing is that it feels maybe a little bit like there may be no opportunity for service. And as we close out our message of love, grow, and serve, I'd like to say that there may not be a meal to fix, there may not be cleanup to do, there may not be people to greet at the door, but there are other things that you can do to serve at Unity of Bellevue in 2021, volunteering your time and energy. If you'd like to participate in fundraising special events, anything like that, see Sabrina, our volunteer coordinator, or any one of the board members. And thank you as we move into 2021. Remember, we are all together, we are one. Please join me now in our offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
And so we give gratitude for these gifts of tithes and love offerings, for all of the gifts of time and sacred service, for all the prayers for our common good. We lift each person here into love and light, giving thanks for the unique gift that each is to this community and to the world. We bless these gifts knowing with absolute certainty that as we give, so we receive, fulfilling the law of circulation and stepping into the principles of generosity and abundance. We spring from the truth that all is well, that is who we are, and we are so grateful. And so it is.
Thank you, Monica. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dorothy Bostetter, and it's my honor to bring you this day's announcements. If you're joining us for the first time virtually, of course, we invite you to join us online for all of our events. The best way to stay informed of everything that's happening at Unity of Bellevue is to sign up for our weekly newsletter, e-newsletter, and you can do that on our website, unityofbellevue.org. The event sign up is at the bottom of every page. Our prayer chaplains today are Susan Neidig and Lynn Zeller. They will be leading a virtual prayer circle following the celebration service. Simply stay logged on if you would like to join. It will start about 3 minutes after the service ends. To ensure confidentiality, we do request that everybody who is not joining the virtual prayer circle to please log off of the Zoom service at its close. You can also reach out to the prayer chaplains and submit prayer requests at unityofbellevue.org, and they will pray with you virtually, or they will hold your prayer in their high consciousness. New classes are here. Our 2021 class and workshop series are open for registration. So please join Reverend Marla. She is teaching practical spirituality on Tuesday afternoons, and the essential Ernest Holmes, who is a great high consciousness teacher, on Wednesday evenings. She'll also be leading a workshop, Heart to Heart, Your Prayer Partner Connection, on Tuesday evening, January 19th. Please check all the classes and events out on our website. Community Connect meets this Wednesday, as it does every Wednesday. Oh, I'm sorry, I misread that. There is no Wednesday Community Connect. I apologize. Reverend Marla will be gearing up for the new year. The new group will be starting January 6th at 1 p.m. in place of the Wednesday Connect, Living What Matters. The book of the year, called The Book of Soul by Mark Nepo, 52 Paths to Living What Matters. You can pre-order this book through our bookstore, which will be ready in shortly after the new year. And please, while you're shopping for the book, check out all of the other offerings that we have at our new virtual bookstore that Monica so lovingly put together for us. Our offices are closed for the week between Christmas and New Year's. Monica will be there tomorrow afternoon if you would like to pick up your white stone for the white stone ceremony next Sunday, or if you would like to make your final year-end offering that would count toward 2020, you can do that in person on Monday as well. Thank you very much. And Monica will lead us in our closing.
Thank you, Dorothy, so much for doing the announcements this morning. We also want to thank Jean for being our board host, Susan Neidig for being our meditation facilitator, along with Lynn Zeller doing the prayer circle as well after the service. And of course, the biggest thank you to David Roth for being here. We appreciate your heartful and soulful songs and teachings through song. We are so grateful you were here with us. Thank you for joining us and blessing us. It was a real treat. It was a great way to wrap up 2020. Thank you. Let's join now in the prayer for protection. Please read with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, everybody. 3-minute break, and then the virtual prayer circle will start. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
From everywhere, feeling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, higher and down in the tones, gaining the ring. All people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. All on the sing, all about it. There's your tongue, tea, every heart. Hark, how the bells, sweet silver bells, all set to sing. Long cares away. Christmas is here, bringing the cheer to young and old, big and the bold. Ding, dong, ding, dong. Words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how crazy the sound, on and down in the town, in the ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is sing, merry, 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 merry. All of us and all of that, cheerful song to every heart. Ding dong ding, ring ding ding ding, ding ding dong ding, ring ding ding ding, ding ding dong ding, ring ding 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 dong, ding ding dong ding, ring ding 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 dong, ding ding dong ding, ring ding 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 dong, ding ding dong ding, ring ding 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 dong dong.